I mean, the first time I had my hands on that allowance, I remember each and every detail I did. I didn't buy a textbook, guys. You should buy a textbook if you know. Buy the textbook. Oh, buy the textbook because you're going to need it. Hey.
But what if now I say
Oh, when you're one of those that build houses, ne?
Exactly.
You
And buy cars.
building houses.
But yeah,
Hey, but saying more to chief Gemali NSFAS. I don't know where you get all this money. How do you manage to buy cars?
How do you manage to buy cars?
And I would do her, and like my friend would tell me, examine I survive on a 500 budget every month for cruiser.
Yo, you
And
know
I'll be
those
like,
ones,
how?
And you wonder how they survive with that.
I'm also wondering, you know,
They survive.
They
how,
do, yeah.
how
They
do
survive.
they survive?
It seems like you know them.
How
I
do
do.
you guys?
I'm
How
one
do
of
you guys
them.
survive?
The most unnecessary thing you bought.
Hey, the most unnecessary. I bought cucumber.
Yeah, you go.
I bought cucumber. I bought Rice Krispies. Being goal orientated, whereby you wanna achieve dreams.
Is for you to bring them back to perspective on their value and their worth.
I thought you were rapping. They are waiting. Let her cook.
Okay.
Students,
Bafundi, welcome to the number one student podcast in SA. You know. We're talking to you, and you. Yeah, live on your screen. Umongo, unya, tutambukulu, putketago, madlanga kezu wenzani, Chris. So, guys, today's episode is going to be particularly about managing that bursary allowance. But before we start with the episode, I want to introduce my wonderful guests that are co-host, which is on my close left. It's the one and only screen lady, Umaya.
Hi.
And then on our far left, I'm African Chris Brown, the one and only King.
I have nothing much to say. You know,
Siyabonga mfana. Thanda lesikhathule futhi. And then behind the scenes we have the one and only Resmada. Unfortunate malumane the producer. Kenzekala. Are you guys fine? Are you guys fine?
We're okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but are you excited about the NSFAS? You know what? Chief, it's one of the greatest months in this for students. I want February. When aphela nje February, yo. It's a celebratory month, Chief.
But not for everybody.
Why?
you know,
Some
last month.
people's statuses are still stressing them out.
Serious? No, I condolences, guys.
So last month I even thought of that iFunny song Uzofika in February.
Chief, a win is a win, Chief. A win is a win. So, guys, we want to give you like life hacks on how to spend that 7 point what or 8 point what. I don't want to say accurate amounts. What are the monies Shem, that they are
Apparently
getting?
it's like, I don't know, almost 10K.
Huh. So, do you know other universities actually got it a long time ago, like UFS? And
That's because their admin is efficient. They are working properly hand in hand with NSFAS, unlike other institutions that are creating.
yeah, like the one
We
in.
won't mention it.
We won't mention any names.
We won't mention any
Now,
names.
when you will get us cancelled. I've been
Ubani.
saying this. I'm saying it again.
We are for students by students. So Uban is cancelled.
No.
No one. So guys, I want us to share our personal experiences that we had. Meaning the first time I had my hands on that allowance, I remember each and every detail I did. I didn't buy a textbook, guys. You should buy a textbook if you know. Buy the textbook. Oh, buy the textbook. Because you're going to need it. Hey. When I didn't buy a textbook, I downloaded all my textbooks. They are on my PDF drive. And I remember also very well. I bought those new sneakers, Chief. I bought those new sneakers. I went to ShopRite, Chief. I bought grocery like nobody's business, Chief. I bought unnecessary things. And I wished that I had this experience and knowledge that I have now to know that some things are not needed at rest. It's not for rest, it's for at home.
I'm
Just
sure,
Like what?
I'm sure when you bought that groceries, you were enjoying the freedom of actually frying 4 eggs instead of 2 because you're out
Yeah,
of home.
man. Some things
No
are
one's gonna
unnecessary.
be-
Like some things are unnecessary, Chief. You
What's
can't.
the most unnecessary thing you bought?
Hey, the most unnecessary. I bought cucumber.
Aibo.
I bought cucumber. I bought Rice Krispies. They call it cornflakes. What? I don't think it's necessary. I should have bought 2 minutes noodles. Boma Russian and bread. I know it's fast. Like rest ngathi idinga those quick meals.
Quick meals, man.
Not not yabo. But yeah, I wish I had someone to tell me, but Melusi, don't dare buy such things or buy butternut. I don't think why you buy.
But I'm
butternut?
glad no one told you because I feel like it's best to experience the mistakes by yourself.
But
so
now
that
you wasted money, Chief. What
you
if I
did.
invested?
Next month, you know how you are going to spend your money. So you did the right thing by wasting the
But
money.
it happens once a year, Pedro.
Then the next day, you know how to do better. I'm glad it's actually like a long lesson to learn.
Yeah, experience is the best.
It's
teacher.
like, do you know every year there's someone planning out I wanna get a license first. Every year. When they get that money, they're like, I wanna get a license. I wanna also get that book. You remember that book of how to manage money and business?
The money comes in, the idea comes at
Long
the bottom of the
street.
feet.
So kuba ne-influence efana nompho mfethu yakhumbula long street mfethu yazi khona kufika unestc edrama chief asambe drama. Guys, don't listen to those friends. Influence wrong. Don't listen to
Bad
it.
influences.
So I wanna know, Urumza, because Urumza, you spoke the last time about your race experience, the one you had when you got your NSFAS, Chief. What happened?
Nothing. What did I say?
Chief, you said you went to Long Street and you blew the whole 7,000.
Yo,
It's my
I didn't even
story.
get the allowance from that month.
blew it.
Like I got my allowance in September.
Ooh.
So it was
I
in-
didn't get money from when it started my
So how much did you
university.
get, Chief?
I got a lot.
How much?
Nah.
But it's not
You
like
can
it's a
disclose.
secret.
It's already in the past.
Yeah, no.
Chief, it's not a secret. It's not your
Yeah.
own salary. We know the amount you get every
Yeah,
month.
but my
Also, this is
my
a safe
parents
space.
are watching this and
We
they
will
would
block them.
think-
This is a safe space.
Guys,
Oop,
and
I'm
this-
not exposing myself.
there's-
I
there's-
already told them how much I got. What if now I say something?
Oh, when you one
different?
of those that built houses, ne?
Exactly.
You're
And
busy
buy cars.
building houses.
But yeah, it
Hey,
was.
abanye bathenga more to Chief ngemali NSFAS. I don't know where you get all this money. How do you manage to buy cars?
How do you manage to buy cars?
Go
guys?
slate
Sorry, who?
with your NSFAS. I heard the story last in the previous episode that you bought a car with NSFAS.
And where is it?
Where is it?
Where is it?
So let's move on to mine.
And also,
Yeah.
you know, when you get that money, you also think of doing a lot of things. For instance, like joining the gym.
I
feel
that's
like-
the first thing. It's a trap, don't
Yeah, it's a trap. I feel like you fall for that trap as well.
I fell
because
for
I
it, Chief.
remember the first time.
Chief, I fell for that trap. I
You see,
remember.
and even those people, they go straight to advertise their gym at campus.
Chief, they
stand
even
outside
tell
the
you,
campus.
Uti, they stand there and tell you, no, don't worry, you just paying for it 3 months and then you can cancel.
You see those things.
Yeah.
Those things are things
You
should be
already there in debt. It's the institution debt, it's the gym. Nje, wena undebt gama lakho nje. Everything is going south. It's going south side. But what I wanna say, guys, I feel like someone should actually drop a budget. A budget is very essential, guys. When you wanna because the money this amount of money, guys, is too big for some of the students. I don't think
Yeah,
some
it
of them
is.
have had
Had
it
that
in
kind of amount
their
before,
account.
And
So-
you know, you get so excited when you have like a huge amount.
You think it's too much, it won't
Yeah.
finish.
And
Hey.
you know, you start by not buying groceries, thinking that no, I'm just gonna buy what I wanna eat.
Yeah.
See, that's where now
I
you.
don't know what I'll buy the bonus.
Yeah, you see.
Tomorrow, let me buy
Tomorrow, I
bagels.
know I'm eating KFC.
The next
other
day, KFC. And it's doing this.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, in a week, you'll be like, Kanja, manje 1.2.
Yeah. Yeah, spend it on takeaways. And when you're tracking your money, damn, it all went to takeaways.
And some of it goes. Some of them actually send it like back home.
I feel like those are.
I don't think anybody sends money back.
No,
home.
they do.
I
I personally know
did.
people that do send money back
I
home.
did send
Did you
money
see?
home.
Did you see
Yeah.
the final?
Yeah.
Like
They
the
do
final
actually. You don't have
Yeah.
to see the proof. They do.
They do send it back
Yeah,
home.
they do.
Well,
Like-
I did send it back home. When I
Not to
got
be
my
honest,
When I make
maybe
my 1,000, chief.
I think maybe in other provinces students do that. I don't think in Cape Town there's any student doing that.
They
I
do that.
I mean, I
They
know
do.
them.
Well, I
really-
think
I know them.
these these two are talking from a personal experience.
No, besides that, we need to understand something here. Hey, you might find that the money you receive, your NSFAS money, is actually more than what your parents even have at home. Some people, when they are here, they receive that money. You know, my mom doesn't have anything. She deserves a portion of this money. So it doesn't matter where you're from or where you're studying from. Some people just do that. Some students, they never forget where they come from.
It's not like they're sending all the money.
Yeah,
But
not
you-
all the money.
understand me, like I'm not even trying to be insensitive about this. I'm just saying the cost of living in Cape Town is out of this world. Like the thought of just going to do your groceries on its own, like that is gonna blow your pockets, even if you get that lump sum that you get, right? I'm just like, if you're sending that money home, is it because you know that you're gonna fall back on the next month's money and you're just like, okay, cool, I'll send it home? Or you just really don't like, you just like, hey,
Do you
na
know
money
that-
nyife.
Do you know that there are some students whereby when you go to buy toiletries, you only buy lotion and sunlight, Colgate, that's it. When you buy groceries, you only buy noodles, what you need, because you know the other amount you have to send it to your parents back home, they have nothing. So it's not all of them who actually go to buy a full trolley of like groceries and
A
go
full
to
trolley as a
clinics to
student
buy
is crazy. Why are
toiletries.
you buying full
That's
trolley?
why I'm
That's
saying, Gucci,
crazy.
I
Who
made
does
that mistake. I made that mistake. Don't make it, guys.
Of what?
A full
Buying
trolley.
a full trolley. Who
2.5
No, like
grocer.
I don't really mean literal full trolley. I just mean like groceries.
Bro, if you qualify that basket, I judge you.
I do actually.
Guys,
Do
do
you
you
know
want
the
to stab
painful
yourself?
thing
No,
about
you're not
What?
starving yourself.
No, I do feel that basket. Not even the basket. That small trolley.
Guys, I mean, I was feeling the big trolley
Both
alone.
cards.
Sorry.
You feel both cards.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like when you were
I
doing
do.
it to show off that now
I
you have
wasn't showing
money.
off, chief.
Now
I
you
was
don't have
taking
money.
the lifestyle I had at home here
Even-
to rest.
even
I
if-
wasn't well informed.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I was buying everything that I was buying watermelon, see, blending,
Yeah,
making smooth, guys. It was something. And I would do hand like my friend would tell me, examine I survive on a 500 budget every month for grocery.
Yo, you
And
know
I'll be
those
like,
ones.
how?
And you wonder how they survive with that.
I'm also wondering, you know,
They survive.
They
how,
do, yeah.
how
They
do
survive.
they survive?
It seems like you know them.
How
I
do
do.
you guys?
I'm
How
one
do you
of
guys
them.
survive?
Mine is not exactly 500 rand, but I'm one of those people
You're
that
leaving me hanging on TV.
I so sorry. I
You should
I
have left.
I don't know. I don't see the need to go beyond 1,000 rand as a student. For example,
Doesn't make sense.
Wabonane, I don't prioritize. You see things like cleaning supplies. I do not prioritize brands that are the ordinary brands. You will never catch me going crazy on buying handy Andy when there's a spa substitute. You get me? Like I do not, and that helps me save money.
Like also the combos from Boxer, they help.
Boxer. Where do you get Boxer? Please tell me. I would love to go. I've been looking for Boxer. I've been looking for it.
The combo from ShopRite.
Yeah, that's why.
I saw which boxer was closed.
Hey chief, the
Yo,
combo from Boxer is something
wow,
else,
It
chief.
would have saved me a lot
That
of money.
Boxer combo, chief, is a lifesaver.
There
You
is
know
this
it.
store that it was used to called A1. Does it still exist?
I see.
A1.
Ngathi say ubuya pha kambe?
No, let's leave it. Yeah, we can go on. We can go on. Yes, Ma, you were saying?
What was I gonna say? I don't know. I think I was gonna say, personally, my book allowance, my first year book allowance is the one that I remember to be exact what I did with it. I remember to the T. I know that when I first received it, I gave my mom, I was feeling like, you know those guys that like to like be bribed and stuff. I was feeling like those bribers. I was like, let me give you 200, go buy cool drink. I was feeling like that. And then after that, I bought myself a laptop. That was the most important thing that I did because mine had broke. So I literally came here without a laptop. And after that, I think I just tried to look for missing things in
between.
my life. So I did not buy textbooks because the library, they have short loans and they have long loans. You can't go and borrow a book there. Why must I buy a textbook
She knows.
when the institution has them?
And guys,
So,
I like what Maya said now. It actually sparked something else in my mind. There's this thing with first years, when they come here, they have this difficulty of actually looking for laptops. When you get that book allowance, guys, like invest on a good laptop, something that's going to last you for 3 years. Don't buy something that's worth 3.5 just for the sake of you having more money in your bank account. Really invest for that 5,000 laptop. Trust me, you will thank me one day and say, hey, Milus, because it's going to take you from the first year past your degree, and even, I don't know, you end up saying, no, I don't want to use it anymore. Because investing small amounts on such important assets in university is just,
it's a mess.
But now, now the thing is, we must also take into consideration that when the first years get here, guys, they don't know anything. You go to game, you go to wherever, you just like, they are all laptops for you. They are all the same. You understand?
Price is the first thing that you have to see.
And
second hand, I don't.
Also, I think they shouldn't buy laptops straight away. They should wait until month-end March, because there's a lot of promotions month-end March in a lot of stores.
They don't know that also.
But the promotions are good. It's based on the price. You should look at the price, because when they are promoting month end of February or month end of March, they know the target demographic is students. So students are going to buy. So they are dropping the prices for those laptops, but you have to look at the quality of the laptop, scale them, look at them, look at also the model, the brand. I don't advise a lot of MacBooks. They give you problems if you're not doing filming. I don't know, but it's not advisable to buy a MacBook for university, because you're going to have a module like stats. It's difficult to do stats on a MacBook. So really do your research. Buy something that's going to help you in the long run than buying something that's going to help you just in the short space. And I wanted to say this thing. There's a formula, man, to budgeting. There's this thing called a 50-30-20 rule, whereby you invest 50% on things that you need, and then you invest 30% on things that you fun things that you, and then the 20% is actually for emergency funds. You'll never know, Guti. A time is going to come whereby you won't have maize meal.
True.
And your friend is going to steal your chicken, like they stole producer's chicken, and then you have to go to that emergency fund and take that few cash. Make sure, so if you can start it now, it can be something that's going to help you even in the future, because you're going to know, would say 50%, it's going to the things that I have to buy, like food, transportation, what 30% is going out.
But also, let's not shy away from this reality I'm about to say here. You can have some cash saved out for emergency and whatsoever. But trust me, when you start craving for that bonus in the middle of the month, you're gonna go to those funds.
I feel
like
that.
I feel like all it takes, it doesn't just take you placing away money. It also needs discipline, honestly speaking.
But for me, I feel like you are different from someone else that didn't even save that emergency money, because someone else wouldn't even have that money in the middle of the month to buy that bonus. Well, at least you would crave it and you would have the money.
But how do you? So I think you'll tell me if I'm wrong, Fortunate. Okay. How do you introduce discipline to this budget of yours? Because I could save the money today now and be like, yeah, I'm done with my 50. I use my 50. I am like left with 5% of my 30, and I stashed my 20 away. A week later, they kick in. I'm PMSing. I'm thinking, damn, donuts with mustard on them would make sense.
I feel like
I'm not even in the middle of the month as yet, and I'm already tapping into that 20%.
I feel like the first thing, if you know, Guti, you can control yourself and you don't have discipline, first speak to your friends and tell them, Guti, I want to do this. I want to try to do this. So that friend, when they see you, Guti, you don't have that money at the middle of the month. They can make you be accountable to it. If you can't, send it to someone you trust. Someone that has money.
You see, I also
Send
use
that emergency fund to that person.
I think let's go with the second option, because in which case have your friends really kept you accountable? Because in most cases in university, the friends are always the ones that says, but let's go get a drink.
No, I think
But
you
let's
have to
go
find
out.
some new friends. Trust me. There are friends that are going to say that in a crowd. There are friends that are going to call you aside. Except for it, I don't like what you're doing. You remember our promise that we made to each other.
But like
Fix
you said
it.
that we don't
I
think
think
the
I will
same
have to
way.
replace you.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like it's really important we start knowing
How
how
best.
to save money now. Because we are at university now. After here, you are going into a professional working space whereby you need to know how to prioritize your finances. You need to know how to save money. You need to know how to do this and this and that. You cannot always send your funds to people in order to keep the money for you or to install discipline in yourself. I feel like it's important some students really know how to do that from on their own, you understand?
But-
you know that when you get this amount, I need to place this on the other side. It's not only a now thing. You know that it's also preparing you for the future when you start working as well.
But do you know, Mina, what I like, Fortunate? I like someone who's accountable, like Maya just said. Someone that says, I do agree, Guti, I can't do this. So it's another option for someone else that can't do this. You know, Guti, this person is, I don't want to say mentally weak.
But I feel like you can't be walking around on this planet with the mentality that I can't, because when you
Yes.
do that, you're not taking accountability
No,
and
you're
making
not.
other people be accountable for you.
So-
how are you going to walk this planet? So basically what I'm asking is, how can we help students learn how to instill discipline in themselves without involving other people?
Don't do that as you learn to do it.
Don't do this as you learn to do it.
Well said.
Aye,
I
okay.
feel
Word of the
like-
day, don't do that as you learn how to do it, guys. Students, it pains us to know that 80% of you haven't subscribed to the channel. So we would like to ask you, whether you are a student, a lecturer, or professional working class, please hit the subscribe button down below. And just by that small act, you're going to be helping us to being the biggest student platform in the continent. So can you please subscribe and share the channel to more people, and we promise to give you the most valuable content that you've ever experienced and give you the best guest that you can. Thank you so much. So guys, I want to know something. Like Maya really sparked such an interesting concept about discipline. And I feel like a lot of people actually are
It
struggling
was
with
not
it.
Maya, it was me.
Maya actually sparked.
Child, let me take the credit.
Let her
No.
take the credit. Wait.
Give the credit to
The
the right
ghosts are
people.
fighting. Mama. Did you see that?
Let's continue.
So guys, I feel like it's the discipline part is it's almost everywhere, because sometimes some students face procrastination as a problem, which comes from the discipline. So I feel like it's I don't know if you can actually try and answer the question Maya asked. What are the skills or tools or strategies that someone can actually learn to actually like try and learn how to be disciplined?
Okay. So disciplines comes with knowing what you want. Number one, I feel like if you know what you want, I can say it's easy to work on it, but it's worth it working on it. If I know that at the end of this month or in 3 months to come, I at least need to have this kind of a budget in my bank account for this specific reason, that's not going to happen unless you start working on it. You get me? And also knowing that, okay, I want to do this, and if I don't, you need also to look at the consequences or the side effects of actually not getting that thing done. Because if I don't get it done, it won't be done. And in order for it to be done, I must get it done. So discipline starts from within, to know what you want and to know that no matter what happens, I'm sticking on this. And also to be careful on the people that you listen to, the people that you take advices from, where you get the discipline, the voices you listen around you. It's very important. You can be a disciplined person, but it does not mean you are a robot. You can be influenced.
Yes.
Exactly. So I feel like first steps of discipline, know what you want.
I feel like discipline is commitment.
True.
Commitment comes
Consistency
naturally.
also, yes.
So commitment comes naturally, like the tribe
not to
of
everyone.
coffee and the real cup of respect. So don't forget to buy that real cup of respect, guys, the tribe coffee, and get all the details down below on, is it this camera or this camera? Get all the details down below in our description. And because my favorite is actually summer times, guys. You should try it. Even in winter, it's still very summer. So yeah, try it out. Joe Bashir, you were saying something. Not to, everyone doesn't come natural.
No, not everybody gets the concept of commitment. Like, not everybody. It doesn't. Some people are freelancers in this life. Like, they're freelancing the whole life.
They are not
They don't
committing.
commit to
No.
anything. Not even their family. Some people don't
They
commit.
catch everything by surprise.
I wanted to say that so some people, I get it, like we're saying now, where commitment doesn't really come easy to people. There's this other, I don't know if I should call her a motivational speaker, but she tends to motivate in her videos. I think her name Gidi Sebo, she's from the Free State. She said something in a video that I was watching yesterday that instead of trying to compete with other people and just, that whole competition that nobody even knows you're in, instead of doing that, try competing with your brain. And if you beat that way you'll be able to be consistent and disciplined in many things. So if your brain tells you, let's say maybe you were doing push-ups and your brain
Doesn't have discipline.
from the very start.
Yeah, from that.
Okay, so I was watching a video of a lady, her name is Disebo in the Free State. So what she was basically saying is, instead of you trying to compete with other people, you must try to compete with your own brain, right? For you to be able to be disciplined and get ahead. So maybe if you were doing push-ups, right? And you're like, your brain is telling you, 5 is enough. You must start telling your brain, good to know, we're making it to 7. That way, your brain will be used to getting to 7, and then it will push you to get to 7, and then you push it to say we're going to 10, and just like that, your brain will always push you to do more. I think in that way, that's like the best way to help a person have discipline in their mind. To say, if you say I can't save money, but then you start by saving R1 and you leave that R1 there, so I'm not going to touch it for a month. If you get to a month, you'll actually be promoted to save R2 and keep going like that. So I wanted to mention a couple of tips on how students can actually budget and save money, right? So this is something that I got from Google, but it has also been something that I've been hearing. TikTok, yeah, I've been hearing it a lot because gym TikTok, right? So basically what it says is, as a student, you can create a detailed budget. So write the amount down that you have, list your expenses, and see if your expenses exceed your income or not, right? And then from there, you can track your spending. It will help you track your spending. And instead of going out a lot and eating those debonaires and all of that, prioritize cooking. So if you feel like you want to eat takeout, rather invest in making the takeout meal in your home. Rather get it as grocery and make those fries and make those ribs instead of going to Spur and spending 200 Rand. You haven't even tipped the person, right? And then you can also take advantage of student discounts. There's a lot of those. Mr. Price has those if you want to get yourself some clothes and all of that. Those are the things that you can take advantages of. And it also goes back to utilizing your college or your university resources. So like I said, instead of buying those textbooks, go to the library and utilize the resources that are in the library. And those are the ways you can minimize your spending.
Sorry to cut your word, but you mentioned something interesting when you said that if you feel like you are craving for this and this and that, you can actually cook for it. You understand? Also, you mentioned that no, you can. It doesn't make sense spending this much buying groceries. In order to cook that, you need to have groceries.
No, I get it. You putting me personally, I'm not a fan of eating out.
Yeah.
And if I do it, in most cases it happens once a while. If it does, I'm eating probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Addicted to KFC, right? So I know how much I crave junk food, but the next person knows how much they crave junk food. So you can, in your budget, you can say, I know that I would really love to eat fries 3 times a week or 3 times a month. Then you can get like those fries from Gigai, Pick and Pay, those ones that you just put in the air fryer and you keep it moving.
So I'm actually thinking of something. I'm actually thinking of something here. How about instead of maybe advising students that you can actually just spend 500 on groceries, actually tell them that because we people are not the same. We don't eat the same. You tell the person that, okay, you know how much you eat, you know your preferences and all that. In all the things that you need for yourself to buy for groceries, at least try to squeeze that into this certain amount in order for you not to overspend. Because at the same time, I feel like when we give people advices, we should like make it general to accommodate other people's preferences and their needs, because we do not prefer the same things. But now, when let's say maybe okay, we get 1.6, and then you'd be like, okay, maybe take that 600, buy groceries, maybe keep the 1,000. You might find that that person does not even eat to that extent, or maybe they prefer more than that. Now it's a confusion. But I feel like we should also keep it open to people who really, go on.
I was going to say, hence, when I started, I said, you write your income down, you write your expenses down. That way you are able to weigh it. We're not going to tell you how much to spend. We are not going to sit here and tell you, you can't buy 1,000 rand grocery when you prefer 1,000 groceries. But what we are doing is we're just giving guidelines, like Melusi mentioned, the 50, 30, and 20. That is a guideline to say, even though I love this much food, let me try to keep it in the 50 for my needs and put my groceries there. You understand? And like now that we're going to receive this lump sum or this huge amount, what I normally do is that what finishes my money the most is my toiletries. So I try by all means that now in the beginning of the year, when I get a huge amount of money, I stock up on my toiletries in bulk. Because they don't expire. I can literally have them for 6 months or more. So I stock up on my toiletries, knowing that going forward, I don't have to worry about toiletries for a very long time. It's going to take me a while to worry.
24 packet toilet paper.
Yes. So that is what helps me, because I know that I really just like keeping it brief when I buy food. Because the other thing is now my food rots in the fridge. I forget to eat. So for a person who doesn't forget to eat, they can try to find things that don't rot and stock up in bulk. But then you know that as you move forward, you're just getting fresh produce and all that.
But I feel like, guys, we shouldn't forget that here in university, we didn't come to sustain a lifestyle. We came to study and actually like survive.
One lady even mentioned that we shouldn't even be having soft beds, because that makes us forget that we're here to study.
Because we really like forget. It's so comfortable, making it so comfortable to a point that we forget that we came here to achieve an objective.
Mara, make me understand something.
And
yes,
and by us doing that, that's why Maya, when we're saying this, you must start with the essential things first, and then follow with the non-essential things. Because those are things that you can live without. You can't live without having a good meal or vegetable or fresh water. Or if it's possible we're paying for it. But you can live without having a KFC for a month. But you need that food every day from that grocery. So now, which one are you going to go for?
What do you want to understand, Fortunate?
When you say, some other lady said we shouldn't even have comfortable beds.
Okay, so this is the ideology behind it. you are not here for comfort.
No, I got that, ne?
What she was
let her
saying
cook, let her
basically,
cook.
what she was saying basically is the beds that we have and the rooms that we have, like university residents are becoming more of a comfort home for us, that it even makes other students forget that they are here. There's a student who's probably been here for the whole month. They haven't opened the blackboard. They haven't opened because there's Showmax, there's privacy in their room, and they're just relaxing. So what she was trying to say is we mustn't get too comfortable, not to say the beds mustn't be soft, ne? Like when you, let's say, let me make an example with when you go to SAPS and you're in the academy, the bed is soft, right? But they keep you on your toes. You always expecting ukuthi ngabo 3, so but they're gonna knock and be like room inspection, and your bed has to be done. They're keeping you on your toes for you to always remember that you are not here to relax. So what she was making an ideology to say, our rooms at residences are too comfortable that some students forget that we are here to study. Just like in the previous episode where we were saying that some people are still at res. They've been here since 2019, and a course is not that long.
Because
You
they-
get what I mean?
What making a student to forget
The
some of them?
comfort.
It's not the comfort, guys.
It's the
No,
comfort.
no, it's not.
unfortunately.
Do you know what's happening? There are people ne, that went from high school. They were like, I don't like the standard of living at home.
And you
I
get
wanna
to
study.
university.
I wanna get done with this and go to university. When they come here, they forget to go to me at home. I don't even have such a bed.
room. You don't even
I don't
have a
even,
room.
even have a room. And
Fortunately, so sorry
Okay.
to like budget.
Make
I
me
wanna
understand
let me
about
give you an
those
example.
students who really study hard when they get there in those comfort rooms.
You see those students that really study hard when they get in those comfort rooms. Those people have that mentality of which I can't be
It starts in the
comfortable
brain. It's not the comfortable room.
No,
is sometimes.
No, it's not.
Fortunately, let me give you an example. Ne? When you are
Okay.
you are taking it literal. It is not literally to say "gu comfortable lana." Ne? The idea about it is to say, if I was living at Catsville, I would want to work my bum off so that I pass clean. So that next day when they consider me, they're thinking rise. So that life can be better for me. I don't want to be bathing with cold water. I don't want to be that. And then I get here and I come here, there's TV room, there's cinema, there's free popcorn, there's what. I'm going to be like, cool, okay, sharp. If I'm a person who doesn't have discipline, I'm going to be like, okay.
do you know, I actually...
At the end of the semester, I want to shake and be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that time you missed 5 assignments that are not even going to help you cover when you write the exam.
Because
Okay, it
they are
doesn't
back
make
to
sense
back-
to me, and it won't. And I don't agree.
Well, let's hope it makes sense to the viewers.
Doesn't make sense to me.
It's
Please
just,
don't
but
take it away.
basically, when we say comfort rooms, we're just saying the ideology behind it. We're not saying the actual room is making you not to study. That's not what we're saying. Somebody probably forgot in Klupe waphuma kuyo, and they get here and they get comfortable. Sekuthola kunama place, kunanton. You get distracted. You forget the reason why you are there.
because you
So
even-
if someone
you
was to
even-
ask you, okay, since there is that ideology looking at how student residences are, so now if you were to be given a chance to actually, I don't want to say rectify, to actually change the ideology into how it's supposed to be, what would you say
need
opposite to what we
you
have?
need to remember first to go to eat data 150 per month for
No
that
Wi-Fi to
cheap.
students.
Yeah, relax. Yabona, Tine, we get Wi-Fi ne, from February to November. We even forget how much data is so expensive. We remember when we get home that data is
Yeah.
expensive.
You
First
know-
thing. The second thing is we forget how things
You
are.
forget.
You forget.
It's a choice to forget.
No,
No, it's not a
Fortunate. This is like,
choice.
we're just bringing you to this thing.
It's a comfort
Do
you
you
can.
know that things were different before the time your fees must fall? Do you know that?
Yes.
Have you ever like had a conversation with a person that actually experienced it? And what did they tell you? Did they tell you university was smooth sailing? No. They were
Okay.
probably depressed. They were just praying, let me just get this degree and go
And
live
go.
in my own home and be comfortable.
do you know
but
that
see,
the
now
rates-
post fees must fall.
The rates dropped. I
Yeah,
don't want to
even,
lie.
Even people when they go home, they rush back. They want to
Come back here.
They're not
Who's
supposed to
worried?
miss
They be
rest.
like, no, when are we going back to rest? When are we going
when
back?
they say, when emails come out, they say rests are opening tomorrow. Just say
Exactly.
Do you know how it's like, Fortunate? It's like when you are more excited to go to work than for holidays.
Hey, yeah.
You feel like holidays are work, and then actually where you're
Working
supposed to
is
work, it's
Actually,
holidays.
Let me ask,
Do you understand?
Let me ask Fortunate this. Did you see the posts that were coming out during December? People are saying, I miss the residents. Lana, I have to travel a couple of kilometers to get water in a bucket and carry it and
Imagine.
go back to home. I have to cook outside in a fire. They miss the things that they were saying, why is it a 2-plate? They miss it when they're at home.
Which is what motivated them to work hard. They
You
just
understand?
didn't
Because
know.
you know that if you don't work hard, you're not going to go back to that very residence that's helping you escape from the problems at home.
Now they forgot.
But what would you say differently to change that ideology we
I
are
wouldn't
talking about?
I
He mentioned something about like data again. So my question was, okay, so we shouldn't have data.
No,
I mean,
the
why not?
thing is,
We
if
should?
You
the
should
whole-
know and remember that this is temporary.
So, like, the whole idea behind this thing is to say,
So we
as a
forgot.
human being,
Don't get too comfortable.
like, yes, don't get too comfortable. Stay on your toes. Remember the reason why you are there. Don't start thinking that
That's the thing. People tend to have this perception that here it's like bazohlala permanently.
It's not
but
permanent.
it's just a temporal thing, and you have to have a life after you have that degree or diploma.
You still have to go job hunting, and there's
And
unemployment
you have to, hey,
waiting
chief,
for you.
they have to reject you a lot of times, and you have to find a way to put a meal on top of your table. And NSFAS is not going to always be there. They want 1.6 for you to just chill there and relax and say, ukhona utata NSFAS.
So imagine you're not even practicing to save now, and then you didn't even save, you didn't even bother yourself. This is your final year. Next year unemployment is probably waiting for you. You don't even have reserves for you while you are looking for that job. How are you going to print your CV? How are you going to get to those interviews? That's why, like, saving and budgeting, even while you are in university, like you said, it helps to. If you start in the first year, it helps to prepare you for the future.
The outside world. So now you get it, Fortunate.
Treat life like the Big Brother house.
Now you get
You
it.
might be victim.
No, I understand it my own way, and it's this like that.
Hallelujah.
Thank you though for
Siyabonga.
explaining.
You are stubborn.
Siyabonga, Fortunate. We missed you, by the way. We missed you. Hey, we missed you, Fortunate. But guys, it's very important that you actually budget and plan. Don't just do anything or everything as it comes on into, like, Jehovah, if you get existence, you want to deal with the problem that's in front of you. Really sit down and look at everything, how you spend, like Maya said, your income stream and also your expenses, and then scale and see what's okay. Skip on la. Ungamdizi kakhulu chief. Now you told like 1.6. Ungamdizi kakhulu chief. And like, don't tease.
The other thing that I wanted to say is that if please, the gym, I heard you guys mention this.
Yeah, gym.
I'm sure your institutions have something that you can go and work out. Please don't pay for the gym. Please don't do that. You have a
It's a
child.
scam.
Go to
It's a
YouTube
scam.
and look for no
Do
equipment
home
workouts.
workouts.
Please do that, guys. It's helpful. Don't fall for the gym scam. But that's it from us, the number one student podcast in SA, with the wonderful panel that I have, but I can't mention them all, guys. You'll see them on the credentials. And don't forget to buy the Real Cup of Respect. Thank you to each and every single viewer that was watching today. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and leave a like below. And also follow us on all our social platforms. So much love. Adios, amigos. See you next time, same place. Mo 5, Monday. Locations.